A very warm welcome to Ghalib Demystified episode 7. I have for you a wonderful gift, a ghazal that goes straight to the listener's heart. From the Takhallas Asad, which is used in the Makta, it is quite clear that Mirza wrote this ghazal when he was young, perhaps in his early 20s. But what a masterful composition! दोस्त गमख्वारी में मेरी सही फरमावेंगे क्या जख्म के भरने तलक नाखून न बढ़ जावेंगे क्या. When a bad time comes, it shakes up everything. The period of sadness brings with it all kind of negative thoughts. There is a darkness that surrounds you, and there is one thing that leads to another. What can friends do in this situation? Even when they offer to become consolers, their words of consolation are of least help. In the second line, Mirza adds a dialectical twist. There is a negative relationship between the healing of wounds and the growth of nails. When wounds are healing, nails also grow, so no recovery occurs. The broader lesson here is that once we are caught up in the cycle of sadness and depression, it is very tough to come out of it. Friends can't be of much help during the days of suffering. When the wounds heal, won't the nails belong again? Second couplet. बेनियाजी हद से गुजरी बंदा परवर कब तलक हम कहेंगे हाले दिल और आप फरमावेंगे क्या. The lover is addressing the beloved. You are a banda parvar, which means you care for others' well-being. But your indifference towards me has crossed all boundaries. When I tell you the story of my suffering heart, your response shows ignorance about what is happening to me. You seem to say, "Hey, what's happening to you?" as if you have no idea of the misery that has become a part of my life because of my love for you. There is sarcasm in this couplet. The poet cleverly shifts the focus from the lover's suffering to the beloved's contrived ignorance. The way you ignore me, it hurts. I am telling you the state of my heart, and you say, "What?" Third couplet. हजरते नासे गराए दीदाओ दिल फर्शरा कोई मुझको ये तो समझा दो कि समझावेंगे क्या. There's a lot of sarcasm and a dialectical twist in this couplet. Nase does not deserve much respect because of the unwanted advice he gives to people. But the poet calls him Hazrate Nase, someone worthy of great respect. This sarcasm is followed by another statement of great reverence, Didao dil farshira, which means that when you come, I will spread my eyes and heart in your pathway to welcome you. The second line deconstructs the praise that was lavished in the first line. What can an ignorant person teach anyone? Nase has not fallen in love and has not tasted the wine. Therefore, he offers empty words of religious instruction that do no good to anyone. If the preacher comes, my eyes and my heart will be on his pathway. But will anyone explain to me what could he possibly tell me, teach me? Fourth couplet. आज वहाँ तेगो कफन बांधे हुए जाता हूँ मैं, उज़्र मेरे कत्ल करने में वो अब लावेंगे क्या? The poet describes that lover is going to a place that has not been identified, but from the context we can infer that it is where frustrated lovers are beheaded. The lover wants to die because his love has gone nowhere. He is determined to end his life, so he doesn't want to leave any loophole for an excuse for the beloved. He doesn't want to listen to her saying, "How can I kill you without a sword? How will I bury you after killing you?" The lover goes to the killing field carrying a sword and a shroud. It's a typical classical love couplet where love always leads to only one outcome: the lover's death in pursuit of his passion. I go to the killing field with a sword in one hand and shroud in the other. I wonder what excuse she will offer for not killing me. Fifth couplet. गर किया नासे ने हमको कैद अच्छा यूं सही, ये जुनूने इश्क के अंदाज छूट जावेंगे क्या? Since the poet is always speaking against Nase and his hypocrisy, the latter is taking revenge. The talk of falling in love has also annoyed him. Therefore, he has decided to put the poet or the lover in prison. But this plan is going to be defeated. For the lover, the frenzy of love is not a temporary condition. Love is an essential part of his being. Jail or no jail, the lover will never give up his love. The one already caught up in the love's prison, no other prison has any chance of making a difference. Nase will fail, how hard he tries. Zealot imprisoned me, not a big deal, but will I give up this madness of love for his sake? Sixth couplet. खानाज़ादे जुल्फ हैं, जंजीर से भागेंगे क्यों? हैं गिरफ्तारे वफा, जिंदा से घबरावेंगे क्या? If the beloved's tresses already bind you, an iron chain will not evoke any fear. Comparing beloved's locks with the chains used in the jailhouse is a favorite simile of Ghalib's. The second line offers another simile. If you are already imprisoned in the jail of fidelity, the brick and mortar prison can cause no concern. As serfs of your tresses, we are not running away from the chains. If we are prisoners of love, how could we be afraid of the jailhouse? the last couplet, Makta. है अब इस मामूरे में कहते गमे उल्फत असद, हमने ये माना कि दिल्ली में रहें खावेंगे क्या. Delhi had become decadent city even before the British took complete control, and its rot had started much earlier. Ghalib laments that the place where he lives, this settlement, this community, has no love to offer. There seems to be a famine of love. The lack of love is killing people. For the poet, love is the only nourishment that he needs. If he decides to continue living in Delhi, what will he eat? Bread is not a substitute for love. Asad, in my neighborhood, there is a famine of love, my staple food. If I must live in Delhi, then what I am going to eat. This brings us to the end of this episode. Ghalib talked about the lack of love in his community. But what do we find in the world we live in? Hate is having a revival, especially hate based on a belief system, the complexion of one's skin, national origin, and what else you got. How can we live in such a world? That's a real challenge. We shall take up another remarkable ghazal in the next episode. ये न थी हमारी किस्मत के वसाले यार होता. I am Sridhar Deo saying goodbye.